Hi guys, my name is Kira, and in today's tutorial I will be showing you how to apply makeup for the character Rose from the modern opera Desert Rose by L.HUNT. Links to products that work for this makeup design will be available in your Desert Rose licensing package. Alright guys, so this here is Rose. As you can see, she is a very natural character. Her beauty comes from within. You know, she'd be the type of character to be frolicking around in the sun, and she has perfect skin. She even seems to have, you know, some freckles. So very, very natural beauty. So that is what we are going to be doing today. We are going to be perfecting the face and all of our flaws. We're going to be erasing them with makeup, and we're going to be bronzing up the face a little bit, adding some blush, just enhancing our natural features like Rose has. Just very minimal makeup. First off, I'm going to be applying some Cinema Secrets Ultimate Foundation Primer, and this is going to keep our foundation on all day or throughout the play or whatever you're using this for. So just apply a very thin layer to the face because that is all you need. If you are oily, you especially want to focus this around the areas that you get oily most in, which for me is the T-zone, the forehead, and the nose. Makes a little T here. Next, I'm going to cover up any redness with LA Girl's Pro Conceal in green. I'm then going to take a damp beauty blender and blend all of that into the skin. I'm then going to conceal some of my pimples with Cinema Secrets concealer palette with the red neutralizer. I'm then going to feather out where I put the product just to blend it nicely into the skin. I'm also going to use the blue neutralizer under my eyes because she looks like someone who probably gets some good sleep, who doesn't have much stress in her life just because of her natural beauty and smiles and all of that. I'm not sure, but I'm just going to make sure all of the blue from under my eyes is getting rid of. For foundation, I am going to use this Infallible Pro Matte by L'Oreal in 103 Natural Buff and just get that into my face. I am going to get it on the back of my hand, dot it everywhere, and then blend it in using a beauty blender. Make sure to blend this into the neck for flawless coverage. To conceal some more and to highlight, I am going to be mixing the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in Fair and the Morphe Concealer in Oats. And of course, blend that all in with a beauty blender. I'm then going to go in with my Milani Prep Set and Go, and I'm going to take that actually on my beauty blender rather than a powder brush, just because this will pat it into the skin more rather than just brush it over. When you apply it like this, you will feel a certain tightness to that area, which means that your makeup is really setting and will not budge. There will be an excess, so you can go ahead and brush that off with a powder brush. Next, I'm going to take my favorite bronzer and just bronze up all the edges of the face. This is where the sun would hit her when she's out frolicking, and so we're going to place that on the cheekbones here. Go ahead and contour a little using Makeup Forever's Sculpting Kit and Milani's Blush Brush, just really getting it into the hollows of my cheeks to slim up my face a little bit. I'm going to dust a little bit on the sides of my nose as well, just because we don't want to leave that area completely blank. She has some very rosy cheeks, so I'm going to go in with my favorite baked blush by Milani. It's called Luminoso, and I'm going to be applying that all over the high ends of the cheeks as well as the apples of the cheeks. I'm even going to put a little bit of that on my nose just for the, you know, little sunburnt effect that she would probably have from being out in the sun. Now, I don't know all this about Rose. I just know by the look of her character that this is probably what she does. I am then going to highlight the high points of my face using a mixture of Rivera and La Croisette by Too Faced. For the eyes, we are going to be keeping this very light and neutral. We are only going to be using matte shades just to give some natural shading to the eyes because she doesn't really have anything going on with her eyes. So I am going to apply the Urban Decay primer in Eden to my lids as a base. I would normally go ahead and pluck my eyebrows a little bit before this as well, but because she is more of a natural beauty, I don't presume that she would be getting her eyebrows done every week, so I'm just going to leave them be. I'm going to be using the Pure Cosmetics Soul Mattes for the eyes today, and I am going to be using the shade Companion to set my primer. Just placing this over the whole lid to set everything. To warm up my crease, I'm going to be using this shade called Adore. It is a warm matte mauve shade. Doing this in windshield wiper motions inside the crease, going back and forth as well as in circular motions just to fully blend this. I'm then going to go back with that first shade we used, that off-tone white, and I'm going to put some on the brow bone just to highlight some more. And I'm going to put just a little bit of this warm matte shade called BFF also into the crease just so that it's not so cool toned. Using an angled brush, I'm going to take that same mauve shade mixed with the warm shade, and I'm going to focus that on the lower lash line just to open up the eyes a little bit more from down there. As you can see in the picture, she has a little bit of a lash line with some brown in it, and so I'm going to be drawing just a very faint winged eyeliner with some brown eyeshadow. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to be using an eyeliner brush to do this, dipping it into the powder, and I am going to start in the middle and just kind of brush along the product just over the lash line, moving back and forth, just kind of creating that faint other lash line effect. Then you can just kind of draw it out a little bit, just dragging the eyeshadow out. And back in. And there you go. You just created yourself a little winged eyeliner using eyeshadow. It is very subtle, but it still gives the look an open eye. Next, we're going to be adding some mascara. You don't need to add too much. I do just because I have short lashes, just to make them appear. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lash Sensational mixed with the L'Oreal Butterfly Sculpt. Voluminous Butterflies. Next, we are going to lightly fill in our brows. We don't want this to be too heavy, again, because this is a very natural look. So I am going to be just first brushing my eyebrows into place using a double-ended eyebrow brush with a spoolie. This one's by Milani. It's my favorite. And I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Pomade in Ash Brown. My eyebrows are naturally thick, so this may not look natural to you, but it is natural to me. This is just their natural form when just shaded in a little bit, so. I decided I didn't look rosy enough, so I'm taking a little bit of a darker pink blush by Bollywood. It is in the shade Nectar. It is also a baked blush, and I am applying this directly to the apples of my cheeks. Alright, next we are going to be adding some freckles. I'm going to take the same eyeliner brush that I did when I was doing the eyeshadow eyeliner, you could say, and I'm going to go in that Anastasia Brow Pomade again, just because this would probably be the natural color if I did have freckles, and I'm just going to be placing those all over my nose, the center of my face really, my nose, my forehead, and in different shapes and sizes wherever they need to go. Alright, so we are going to be applying liquid lipstick next, which means got to balm up those lips because you get dry and cracky. I'm going to be using Solo by ColourPop. She has some pink lips, so I'm going to be filling them in with this color and it will dry down to a matte. And this is the finished look for Rose. Again, it is very natural, very pretty, very happy, and yeah, this should take you about, with practice, about 20 to 30 minutes to complete, depending on how good you are with makeup. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope I made it easy enough for you. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!